Ryan and Daniel both make $58,000 a year. They both want the same car, a $32,000 SUV. Same model, same trim, same color. They go to the same dealership on the same Saturday in the same month. The only thing that separates them is what they sign when they get to the finance office. Ryan signs a 36-month lease, $1,500 due at signing, $319 a month. The finance manager tells him it's a strong deal. Low monthly payment, full manufacturer warranty for the entire lease, no long-term commitment, and when the 3 years are up, he can walk away clean or move into whatever is new at the time. No strings, no surprises. Daniel takes a 60-month auto loan at 6.5% interest, $3,500 down, $549 a month. That's $230 more than Ryan every single month. The finance manager doesn't even try to pitch it. The math is right there on the desk, and Daniel can feel the gap before anyone says a word. They both drive off the same lot on the same day, but they did not make the same deal. And by the time both of them figure that out, the numbers will have been running for years. Years 1 through 3. Ryan is winning. For the first 3 years, Ryan's situation is genuinely good. New car, full warranty coverage, $319 a month, and nothing unexpected. His brakes wear down, covered. The infotainment system glitches, covered. The air conditioning fails in August, covered. His monthly cost is predictable to the dollar. Daniel is paying $549 every month and watching the car lose value in real time. He drove off the lot with a $32,000 car that was worth $28,500 the moment he left. By the end of year 1, it's worth around $24,000. His loan balance at that point is still around $25,800. He owes more than the car is worth. That gap is called being underwater, and it is not a comfortable place to live financially, even if you know it's temporary. Ryan sees this. Everyone sees it, and the conclusion looks obvious. Let's run the actual numbers through year 3. Ryan has paid $1,500 at signing plus 36 months at $319. That's $12,984 total. Daniel has paid $3,500 down plus 36 months at $549. That's $23,264 total. Ryan has spent $10,280 less than Daniel. That is not a small gap. On paper and in real life, Ryan is winning by over $10,000. Both of them know it. Ryan definitely knows it. Year 3. The turn Ryan's lease ends. He drives back to the dealership with a full tank and cleaned floor mats. 3 options waiting for him. Option 1. Buy the car at its residual value, the price the leasing company set at the beginning of the contract. On a $32,000 car after 3 years, that's typically $17,000 to $19,000. Option 2. Return the keys and walk away, owing nothing beyond any end-of-lease charges. Option 3. Lease a new car and start the whole cycle again. Ryan does what the leasing companies are counting on him to do. He leases again. New car, new contract, another $1,500 at signing, another $319 a month, another 36 months. The odometer resets. The payment does not. Now look at Daniel. He is 36 months into a 60-month loan. He has 24 payments left. That is frustrating. The finish line is not here yet. But the finish line exists. Every payment Daniel makes brings him 1 month closer to owning a car that costs him nothing to drive each month. Every payment Ryan makes brings him 1 month closer to returning a car and signing another lease. This is the structural difference that the monthly payment conversation completely hides. One of these paths has an ending. The other one is a conveyor belt. Year 6. The scoreboard month 60. Daniel makes his final payment. Done. The car is his. No more loan payments. From this point forward, his only car costs are insurance, gas, and maintenance, averaging $100 to $150 a month for a reliable midsize SUV. Ryan is still paying $319 a month. He doesn't think about it much anymore because it has become part of his monthly life. That's how lease payments work. They normalize. They stop feeling like a cost and start feeling like a utility bill, but they're still running every month. Let's check the full scoreboard at the end of year 6. Ryan has completed 2 full leases. Lease 1, $1,500 down, $11,484 in payments. Total, $12,984. Lease 2, $1,500 down, $11,484 in payments. Total, $12,984. Combined, $25,968 spent. Zero assets, no title, no car he owns. Daniel has paid $3,500 down plus $32,940 in loan payments. Total spent on the loan, $36,440, but he now owns a car worth approximately $12,000 to $14,000. Subtract that from his gross spend and his effective cost is around $22,000 to $24,000. Ryan, $25,968 spent. Nothing to show for it. Daniel, approximately $23,000 effective cost. A car in his driveway that belongs to him. The flip happened quietly, but it happened. And from this point forward, every month that passes makes Daniel's position stronger and Ryan's weaker. What the $319 didn't include the monthly payment is the number on the commercial. It's the number on the dealership's website. It's the number the finance manager circles and slides across the desk when he wants you to feel the deal. What doesn't get circled are the conditions attached to it. Mileage caps. Standard leases allow 10,000 to 12,000 miles per year. The average American driver covers about 13,500. That means the average driver is already over before the lease expires. The overage penalty runs 15 to 25 cents per mile. Drive 4,000 miles over your cap across a 3-year lease and you owe $600 to $1,000 the day you return the car. It shows up on your final bill like a tax you forgot was coming. Wear and tear. The dealership inspects the car when you bring it back. That small door ding from a parking lot 3 years ago, the scuff on the rear bumper, the slight curb rash on the front wheel. Each one is evaluated against the leasing company's definition of normal, not yours. What you call life, they call billable. Charges of $150 to $400 are common at return. Disposition fees. Most people have never heard this term. When you return a leased car without leasing another vehicle from the same brand, the company charges you a fee, typically $300 to $500, simply to process and resell the car. You pay them to take it back. And if life changes mid-lease, a job loss, a move, a family situation that shifts your needs, getting out early can cost you the remaining balance of the entire lease. There is no simple exit. The contract doesn't have that flexibility built in. None of these appear in the $319. They all show up eventually. When leasing actually wins. If this were a case only against leasing, the analysis would be incomplete. There are real situations where leasing is the correct financial choice. If you are self-employed or run a business and you use the vehicle for business purposes, lease payments can be partially or fully deductible as a business expense. That tax advantage can close or erase the ownership gap entirely. Leasing a business vehicle is a different calculation than leasing a personal one. A CPA who understands your situation will tell you which side of that line you're on. If you drive a high-end luxury vehicle where out-of-warranty maintenance is genuinely expensive, staying inside the warranty window permanently has real value. A repair bill that would be $900 on a Honda becomes $3,500 on a BMW. In that specific category, the warranty coverage built into every lease cycle is worth pricing in. And if you are the kind of person who would take the $230 a month saved by leasing instead of buying and put every dollar of it into an index fund averaging 8% annually, you could theoretically build enough investment growth to offset the ownership gap over a long enough timeline. But that requires discipline that most people don't apply consistently. Be honest with yourself about whether that $230 would go to an index fund or somewhere else. Most of the time, it goes somewhere else. For the average person driving an average car, buying and holding wins. Not because leasing is a scam, because ownership has an ending and leasing does not. Year 10, the full picture. Over 10 years, Ryan has completed 3 leases plus started a 4th. His total spend across lease payments, down payments, and end-of-lease charges, mileage overages, wear and tear, 1 disposition fee, lands somewhere between $43,000 and $50,000. At the end of year 10, he has a leased car in his driveway that is not his. Daniel paid $36,440 for his loan. He then spent approximately $9,000 to $13,000 on maintenance and repairs across the following 4 to 5 years of ownership. His total 10-year spend falls in the range of $45,000 to $50,000 at the gross level, but he has a car worth $4,000 to $7,000 that he owns outright. Netted out, and his effective 10-year cost is $38,000 to $46,000. The gap at 10 years is $5,000 to $12,000 in Daniel's favor. That might sound modest, but this was one car cycle for two people starting from identical positions. Most people make this decision 3, 4, or 5 times across their adult life. Multiply that gap by 5 cycles, and you are looking at $25,000 to $60,000 in lifetime wealth between someone who habitually leases and someone who buys, holds, and owns. In some cases, the difference tips into 6 figures depending on the vehicles chosen and the duration of ownership. That is not a monthly payment decision. That is a wealth decision made while looking at a monthly payment. Ryan and Daniel both thought they made the smarter call. Ryan thought he was paying less. Daniel thought he was building equity. Neither of them sat down and ran the numbers past month 1 before they signed. That is the actual trap. Not leasing, not buying. Making a $32,000 decision based on a $319 versus a $549 monthly payment without ever asking the one question that changes the entire frame. What does this cost me when it's all over? That question, applied before you sign, not after, is the only number that actually matters. The monthly payment is what the dealership wants you to look at. The total cost across the life of the decision is what you should be looking at. And if you are wondering whether paying cash outright beats both of these paths entirely, that is a different calculation, and the answer is not what most people assume.